Okay, and welcome back everybody. You're watching the Premier League Season 3. My name is Triumph Man, and I will be casting this match between Fnatic and Pulse. Now this is game number 2 in a best of 3 series. Pulse currently holding a 1-0 lead. Pretty much dominating that first match, forcing a very early GG there from Fnatic. Unfortunately Fnatic, they had a bit of a... Their start was okay, I think. Oh, there we go. I was going to say the biggest mistake, not banning the Wisp, and of course we saw exactly how much carnage Mini and who was it? Well, it's I think it's Adam were causing around the map there, just destroying people with their combo. The Calcent and Wisp, incredibly destructive. Fnatic though, ban at the Wisp first this time around. Just wonder if we'll see the Dirge ban again from Fnatic. They might actually just say, you know what, Pulse, it's up to you to ban it. Pulse, so they have the second pick here, and I think they're likely to ban out the Dirge. They do. Well, rather, Fishbone has told me that they absolutely hate playing against it, and Mini handles most of the ban there. And if Mini's got a pet peeve, it'll be that Dirge, so they'll get rid of that most likely. So we'll see in a few seconds. And there we go. First ban. There's the Dirge. Getting rid of that straight away. And now the second ban here from Fnatic. Just one tap. Oh, no. Okay. It's going to be the Bounty Hunter again. They're very wary of the aggressive gameplay here from Pulse. Of course, as we saw last match, Pulse all about their ganking, getting map control, making the enemy afraid of farming. And when they didn't, and when they weren't afraid, when they pushed out to farm, jumping them and beating them down. This time around, though, with these couple of gankers out of the way, maybe they're going to have a little bit more success. We'll see. Now the second ban here from Pulse. Batrider's still in the pool. Darkseer's still in the pool as well. I think the most annoying one for them to let through is likely going to be the Darkseer in this situation. Trying to push in or gank in against a Darkseer is very frustrating. Of course, you've always got the vacuum, the wall. It's a very big and relevant threat. And on top of that as well, he can make heroes very difficult to try and gank. I like the Shadow Demon pick last match from Fnatic. That worked fairly nicely. There were, as we saw, some very good disruption saves. And combine that with the disrupt, it wasn't bad at all. Unfortunately, it just came down to the fact that there was a little bit, I think, of miscommunication between Fnatic. We saw a couple of misplays like Hanny stunning, then blinking, or just stunning, failing outright to blink. So a couple of mistakes here and there, and Pulse just punished them for the mistakes. And really just didn't give them anything to really work with there. Not a lot of mistakes on their behalf. Pulse going to take their time with his second ban here. I'm just checking. Okay, nobody calling for any kind of issues there. And they're going to ban the Titanus. So there we go. They're banning at one of the big AoE heroes first. And this is mostly because they don't want to try and push and gank against it early. Ravage is a really big showstopper. It's a big showstopper. Very, very painful to try and push against. It's always a very big threat. As a Fnatic though, they have to win this one. If they don't win this match, of course, they're down 1. They will lose yet another point. And I will actually briefly check what they're sitting on at the moment. Of course, you can check what the standings are for the teams. If you check the premierleague.eu, that is our website. It has all of the updated standings. And currently, Fnatic, they are sitting on 2 wins for 4 games. Pulse are sitting on 1 win for 4 games at the moment. So they're looking to pick up another victory here if they possibly can. Actually, that one might be slightly behind. I'll double check that one later. Of course, we do have some updates coming to our website fairly soon because we are, of course, replacing Moscow 5 with another team. But Batrider has been allowed to slip through there. Fnatic will pick him up. The question is, will they decide to go for the Templar Assassin? Templar Assassin, of course, is extremely popular in the current meta. They might not. Of course, Batrider versus Templar Assassin solo mid is not a lot of fun for the TA. She tends to get beaten down by the Firefly. The Firefly and the Sticky Napalm combo. Jakiro though and Darkseer, it looks like they're just going for a bit of AoE. Darkseer, of course, great Suicider, probably going to be Wagamama on the Darkseer there. Jakiro going to be played most likely by Fishbone, I think. Fishbone, and I think number 4 there is actually Retian, if memory serves me correctly. That's probably Retian, and in fact, if that is Retian, he'll be playing the Chaos Knight if they pick it up again. And I mean, just because they don't have access to Wisp, Chaos Knight is still really powerful. And they might just go, you know what, let's get... Oh, no, Fnatic having none of that, though. Fnatic pick up Disruptor and Chaos Knight, who, of course, are, again, a fairly common pair to see together. Between Disruptor and Chaos Knight, plenty of displacement spells. I was going to say we might see a Jakiro and Chaos Knight combo again in the mid. Just a dual-lane Jakiro Chaos Knight mid is very tough to beat. Why does Fishbone still use the Infuse logo? I don't know. Maybe he just likes the... headset thing. It's more a TT Esports thing. In fact, the TT Esports are the guys who actually came up with that logo there. Just some trivia for you. I know the guy who was coming. I know the guy who was coming over there. He was sending me drafts saying, "How do you like this? How do you like that?" But third pick here for Pulse. They've got their Suicide Solo. They've got one of their supports. They're likely to be looking for a primary farmer here, either a solo mid or some kind of hard carry. Pulse, though, I don't think they'll go for a right-click agility. They'll go for some kind of semi-carry who's good in the mid-game and can cause a lot of pressure. I did turn on the voice record. Yes, I did. Alright. What happened to Infused? Not a clue. I was not privy to that information. And it's going to be the Brewmaster. Okay, we might actually see Wagga playing Brewmaster. We'll see then. And they might actually send Brewmaster from the offlane and put Darkseer in the jungle even and have him farm up there. We'll see. This could actually be a mini Darkseer in the jungle farming up. But it depends who plays what. We'll see in a moment. Meanwhile, the second series of bans here for the Fnatic. They are going to go for, I'm not dead sure here. Just looking at that lineup right now, Pulse. It looks like they're looking for some solo mids, unless they're planning to run Brewmaster in the mid, which is definitely a possibility.
10 seconds.
Fnatic have also got to figure out who they want to stick mid. Might even see Templar Assassin get popped out a little bit later, though. That said, she's not going to do as well against the current lineup. That's looking fairly nasty indeed. And there we go. It's going to be Shadow Fiend. Oh, Shadow Fiend banned out. They don't want. Wow. Okay. Saying they don't want that happening once again, so they'll ban that up. Make sure it's not available. So we won't see. I think Adam Scrambler is actually Pinoy, not a 6-member or anything. So I think that was actually Pinoy in the safe lane farming up the Shadow Fiend. So it's likely that was him, because we do see him play Shadow Fiend on the odd occasions. We're going to make sure we're going to have a respect ban there. Make sure that he can't get his hands on that. At the same time, the third ban here for Pulse. And right now, Fnatic, they're looking for another support and possibly a mid hero. I think Batrider in this case likely to be the Suicide Solo. That or he might just go. They might just dump him in the jungle. They might not even bother. Tinker, though, going to be banned again. They must have had a bad... I get the feeling they must have had a bad experience against Tinker just recently. And if Pulse win and we go into the interview with him, I will ask Fishbone about it. And now the fourth ban here from Fnatic. Pulse, though, they are definitely looking for some kind of primary farmer, probably a solo mid. I get the feeling Darkseer is going to be mini in the jungle, and Brewmaster will be in the Suicide lane. And the question is, who are they going to put in the safe lane here, and whether or not Jakiro will back them up. So they might be going for another... They might be going for another hero to put in the mid. Actually, no, they really need somebody to put in the mid there, as well as somebody in the safe lane. And now that they've had the Shadow Fiend taken away, I mean, they might even go for something. Like, we've seen Pinoy in the past play stuff like Priestess of the Moon, who is, of course, has had some recent buffs with her ultimate, but it will be the Enigma, the fourth ban here from Fnatic. They're worried about Pulse picking that up. I don't know if they would have gone for that, to be honest.
Radiant team ban.
Keeper of the Light, though, the fourth ban here from Pulse, and this is not a bad idea. Keeper of the Light and Chaos Knight do tend to cause a mess of things. Chaos Knight and Disruptor, incredibly nasty together. And then you throw on a Keeper of the Light just to keep Chaos Knight mannered up. Even if he just does a couple of drive-by mana rings, that's all he has to do. Of course, just basically, he can just port down there, give Chaos Knight some mana, go for a gank, and then go back to his lane. Easy as that. And of course, between Disruptor with Kinetic Field, his Glimpse, Reality Rift, the stun from Chaos Bolt, there's plenty of time to fire off like pretty much a fully charged up Illuminate. So they will definitely want to watch out for that. And definitely, I think, a great ban there from Pulse to make sure it's not going to take them out.
5 seconds remaining.
Jakiro now in every Euro game, Yutoko says, yes, he is very popular, and just comes down to the fact he's very strong. Although in this case, often sometimes he's banned it every now and then, but both teams here having some priorities, and I think it just comes, a couple of pet peeves there from Mini. The Dirge and the Tidehunter pick, some of the things Mini were banning, because he likes to fight early, and Tidehunter, of course, Showstopper ult early, can completely swing early fights, and then, of course, they just hate fighting against Dirge. Of course, again, the Tombstone against early fights is ridiculous. And the Fnatic, they hate the ganking style of Pulse. It really causes all sorts of hell for them, so they ban out the Wisp and ban out that Bounty Hunter. Final ban here from Fnatic. I think they could do it getting rid of some solo mids. I thought they might get rid of some solo mids. In fact, Shadow Fiend is definitely someone they might have put in the solo mid position. They could get rid of another one here as well. They did ban out the Enigma, who probably would have been a Suicide Solo, but in this case, against most teams, I think it probably would have been a Suicide Solo, but against Pulse, I really think that once they picked up the Brewmaster, it's very likely that Wagamama will be playing it, and Wagamama has a habit of taking that to the Suicide lane, but we'll see. We will see in a second. And then we got the final ban here from Fnatic, Luna. Luna's an interesting ban here. She sort of gets picked up every now and then, but she's not that popular. But on terms of hard carries, it's something the Pulse would appreciate because they can fight with her early. Of course, she's got a good long-range nuke. She's fast, so she isn't. She's fast. She can look after herself if left alone with just a 1v1 situation. And of course, she also has a huge fight-breaking ultimate. Eclipse is ridiculously powerful, so I do not blame them for banning that out. But that said, I don't remember seeing Pulse play her, so they might have picked her, they might not. But it's something that would fit into their MO.
10 seconds remaining.
As yes, apparently Na'Vi did pick up a Meebo pick. However, it was a bit of a pub stop game, so they weren't playing 100% serious. So keep that in mind. It's not a great indicator of Meebo. Both teams there, 5 seconds on the reserve time. The final ban there is going to be Chen. Again, it looks like they're worried about that weak lane presenting, having Chen jump them from that weak lane bust down towers. And of course, Chen also can have some huge saves as well, of course, especially if they're trying to trade for a kill. Chen can just go, you know, hand of God, and then send somebody home. That can be incredibly frustrating when you keep trying to pick up heroes. Chen just goes for save after save after save. Now the fourth pick here for Fnatic.
Lena.
It will be a Lena. Chaos Knight Lena definitely go together extremely well. Disruptor in this case might just Lena and Disruptor are probably going to spend a lot of time just getting. Actually, no, they're going to have Disruptor get most of the farm, get most of the hard support done. I think they may actually look for some semi farm for Lena because I'm pretty sure it was Fnatic who did this. They had Fly play Lena, and they actually got a Monkey King Bar Lena just to try and abuse her passive. Yeah, sort of worked. It sort of didn't. Lena was still very glassy. Couldn't really get around all that easily, so I wasn't really that much in love with it. But you know what? It could have been worse. Mirana, there we go. So it looks like Pinoy, who I'm pretty sure is Adam Scrambler, they will be playing the Mirana, likely to be in the safe lane. And again, she can be left to their own devices if she needs it. And I think we might see Jakiro handle most of the pulling. Darkseer probably going to... Actually, no, it could be Pinoy solo mid. That's also quite possible. Pinoy may be taking the solo mid with Mirana. I think it really depends what he's up against. And against a Bat Rider, probably not a bad idea if they're expecting Bat mid, because, of course, with Leap, she can get out of trouble if necessary.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And there we go. Night Stalker, the final ban here from Night Stalker. Night Stalker, the final ban, the final pick here for Fnatic. I'm just going to quickly jump in here. Just got to talk to someone.
Seconds remaining.
Anyway, final ban here from final pick here rather from Pulse. One thing to grab up. They've got their farmer there. Pinoy's going to be getting the Mirage, or not actually. Okay, then Pinoy likely to be playing Mirana, I think. It tends to fit him. We might actually see. Yeah, there we go. Rishon will be playing Juggernaut there, and it might actually be a dual lane mid. No, I don't think so. No, I think they'll rotate Juggernaut probably to the safe lane. They'll have Jakiro go with him. Darkseer going to be the jungle. Broodmaster take the suicide lane, and then Mirana take the solo mid. Meanwhile, Night Stalker, I honestly do not like Night Stalker picks as of late. I feel he's just too situational because of the whole nighttime business, and doesn't have that powerhouse stun either. And just, he's a very hit and miss hero. And once he falls behind, he has so little off of the team. Single target stuff. It's not even like a bounty hunter. If he falls behind, you can do stuff like track. All sorts of really good stuff. Support his team, whereas the Night Stalker is a bit of a ganker, but at the same time, I don't know, I don't like it. It tends to, every time I seem to see it, tends to fail, but we'll see. Anyway, let me call out the players here. We've got Hanny playing Night Stalker, No Towel on Disruptor, Era playing the Chaos Knight, Trixie playing Bat Rider, Fly playing the Lena once again, probably going to get him a little bit of farm if they can. And then playing for the Dire side, we have Mini playing the Darkseer, Wagamama on the Brewmaster, Pinoy playing Mirana, who is Adam Scrambler there, Rishon, whose name has changed this time around, thank you, Juggernaut, and then Fishbone on the Jakiro once again, Fishbone, unfortunately. If I get to talk to Fishbone again, I'm going to be asking, are you sick of playing Jakiro yet? Because it seems like every time I see him, he's playing Jakiro. So there we go, Pulse wants shout out after shout out. They want a shout out to SPDV and Mint Chip and the Manage Manon. Alright, I don't know what that's saying. Never mind. Somebody's drunk. Ah, the manager. There we go. I was going to say, yeah, there we go. Management. Thought he was drunk for a moment, but no, they're trying to give a shout to Bonzo, who is the Pulse manager. There we go, Error also giving me a shout at 8 from Hell, but regardless, there we go. Fnatic now. Finding themselves a regeneration room. Batrider will be taking that suicide tile. A dual mid with Error, with Cal starting the mid with Lena. Of course, Reality Rift in the stun. Very nasty stuff. However, if they mistime it, Adam Scrambler, of course, Pinoy with the leap will be able to escape. So they need to be very, very careful about that. We see Batrider now just jacking the creep by getting caught out by an ice path. Only going to slow him down for a second there. And now Trixie just hightailing it out of trouble. Meanwhile, Brewmaster, there you go. Wagamama taking that suicide lane. Actually opening up with Boots and a Tango. I think he may actually transition to the jungle fairly soon. Disruptor and Nightstalker could be a bit of an issue for him. Right, just copying a couple of denies to the face there. 1 to 4 straight up. Wow. You say that 4 denies straight up there from the Chaos Knight. Not a bad effort. Meanwhile, Lena will be knocking down those trees. She's going to be pulling. This is what I mean about they'll be giving her a bit of farm. She will actually be focusing on pulling, letting Chaos Knight solo. And Chaos Knight actually last hitting like a boss here. Currently for 5 for 5 at the moment. Miranda just can't get a hit in edgeways there. 1-0. Of course, Miranda, her base damage is not the best. See, he's actually opened up there with a Wraith Band. Juggernaut now copying some sticky napalm. Batrider should be okay with his line. Should be okay with his lane for a little while. Won't be struggling too much. Meanwhile, Wagamama on the other hand, this is not a fun lane for him. Has picked up a little bit of experience at least. Then we got Trixie Firefly and Crossy Mage. He's trying to jack this creep wave back. In fact, he's probably just going to go over here and spew Firefly at it with the sticky napalm and just try and burn down all of this creep. Just jack that hard camp there. Meanwhile, Wagamama. Disruptor coming up behind him. This could be an early gank, as it looks like he is in trouble. There's the void there from Brewmaster. A glimpse. No, it looks like they're going to go for Kinetic Field in a second. Wagamama, though, not even popping the Thunderclap, just running for his life. There's that glimpse. I was waiting for it. Sending him back. Another slow there from Hanny, and they will get the first blood.
First blood, first feast.
Meanwhile, Mirana, a little bit too slow to show up, has gone for second level arrow, finds herself a double damage rune. This should let her pick up a little bit of CS. I mean a little bit. I mean, Countersight's currently 10 and 6. Mirana is 3 and 1. She's being outlast hit fairly badly, and Fly's not even in this lane a whole lot. He's been mostly focusing on his pulls.
Oh.
The Ice Path came out, going to catch Trixie here, as it looks like there's a spin then. Unfortunately, a little bit too slow there. Juggernaut not having the boots. Couldn't quite close the gap with Batrider, who does have the boots there. Mini now surging up, going to chase up Trixie. Trixie about to regret decisions made in life here. Or not, apparently. He's actually not taking a whole lot of damage from that Iron Shell. He's only level 1, that would be why. And, Mini just couldn't quite keep the distance on him there. Trixie, though, out of regen at the moment. Meanwhile, in the mid lane there, Adam Scrambler backing up. And then we got a stun going out. Going to find a creep, though. Gets denied there by Error as well. Meanwhile, Haney has picked up an Orb of Venom, also Tranquil Boots. It's going to just get fairly active early on. So I wonder if we'll see a bottle from him in a minute. Fly hasn't really managed to achieve a whole lot in this lane here. Probably just going to go back to continue pulling. Miranda, though, of course, very tricky to shut down with a leap. Sticky napalm there. And there we go. Something you can do, of course, in the Radiant suicide lane is pull that hard camp. There we go. He's just going to try and drag those creep away. And this is not to deny the way. This is mostly just to get the dire wave to push down to the safety of his tower so he can farm it there. Miranda, though, finds another room, picks up a haste. Chaos Knight is denied. He will have to just go back to his lane and continue last hitting everything. 19 and 12 at the moment. Miranda 6 and 2. This is about all Miranda can do. Reality Rift it back and a Chaos Bolt as well. Alone. Oh, there we go. Miranda leaps away there from the light strike. And this is what I mean. Even if you have like a split second in between it, it just buys the time for Pinoy there to hammer on his F, or rather on his E, of course. F, it's my F. It's most people's E. Now Wagamama, though, they're looking for an opening here. Level 2 Thunderclap, no Haze there. He's going to go with Drunken Brawler instead. They're looking for an opening here to take down Error. Now, Pinoy, there we go, Rowdy ripping him in. Here comes the counter-attack, I think, from the Dire side. They're moving in now. Era caught out of position. The Surge has gone in. They're after Fly. They get the Thunderclap down on Fly. They say, you know what, alright, you can just back off there. Mirana now helping them pick up the kill. In fact, stealing it for herself there. About to say, she almost got taken out there by a Dragon Slave. Playing it a little risky, however, she's going to head back and heal up. Meanwhile, Juggernaut in the top lane has picked up boots. They're not really caring too much about the Firefly. Of course, he can spin through it if necessary. Has also got the healing ward. And in this case, against this lineup, they don't have to worry as much about the ward getting picked off. Definitely a good thing. Against a lot of like minion lineups and stuff, you often see the ward, healing ward getting picked off. You'll see people like Come With Me not even bother when they're up against a healing lineup because it doesn't really work too well when they've got stuff like Eidolons or Treants to just target fire at every single fight. There, looks like Hanny, there goes his wings, say goodbye to your wings. Wagamama though, still finding it difficult to get any farm done. You see his farm there currently sitting on 10 and are really not getting a whole lot there. I heard the reality of get popped out there by Arrow, however it didn't stick unfortunately. And his target managed to back off there. But let's have a look at the gold chart. Currently very little in between the Radiant and the Die there. Radiant small lead as Wagamama gets picked off at the bottom lane, he gets jumped there. I heard an arrow go at him. Mirana though, not managing to land it. Meanwhile, Mini trying to get back here. Reality Rift coming there. There's, oh no, again the vision screwing him over. Can he get a counter spot down? Mini now surging away. Going to try and dance around the trees here. Diving back in now, forgetting about Firefly and the flight vision. Mini though getting caught out his juke. Not paying off at all. They can see exactly what he's doing. They might try and take Trixie here. Arrow from Pinoy misses. Trixie has been slowed by Thunderclap. Thunderclap throws him back there with the flame break there. However, also Light Strike away managing to miss. Wagamama now back in the mid. 2 in Broken Brawler, 2 in Thunderclap. We see here the bottle being ferried back there by Pinoy. Wagamama has turned up in mid just to try and get a bit of farm, and Creepwave being denied up top there. Unless Batrider decides to go in. However, they get the kill once again. Night Stalker shows up in mid. Lena helps him get the kill. In fact, I think Lena might... No, she's still in the level 4. Has got 2 in Light Strike away, 2 in Dragon Slave as per normal. Currently Fnatic off to a better start this match. Looks like they're coming from behind. There's a slow there on Pinoy. Pinoy now has some trouble. Chaos Bolt as well. They should be able to get this kill. Dragon Slave to boot. And now Fishbone trying to back off here. They might go for 2 here. Fishbone juking up. Gets caught out. Jukes back again. Here comes the slow from Void. Don't even need another stun here. They can just let the auto attacks do their job. As we see a pause there from No Tail. They get the kill there. And then Night Stalker managing to DC directly afterwards. Unfortunately, they're managing to finish that off there. Saying good to go. Alright, they should be fine now. On bottom lane, looks like Mini into trouble here. He's being pursued, surging away though. Blocking himself on his creep though. Has to slow him down too much. There's the 3rd stack of Napalm. But Trixie decides to back off instead. They might just content themselves with pushing this bottom tower though. Here comes the Juggernaut. Juggernaut now charging after him. He's got his phase boots here. Got an Omni Slash in there. Yes, he did get the Omni Slash down. Killed Disruptor almost immediately. And then ran out of targets to jump to. Arrow goes down on Trixie. Trixie though copying only a short stun there. Looks like 2 seconds roughly. Spin in there. Gonna finish him off. And now it looks like, oh no, Rishon could have been caught out. Chaos Bolt. Reality Rift back as well. 3 seconds stun. A Light Strike away. And they will pick him off. Now, Pinoy back to the mid lane there. Fishbone to back him up as well. Brewmaster up in the top lane as well. Has... Wow. I think he's still trying to get Arcane Boots. Meanwhile, somebody's boxed in there. Mini, though, has his teleport cut short. Iron Shell's up. Can't get through. Hanny in Impervious Wall.
You are...
Cannot get past Hanny there. Just blocking him in. Unfortunately, the Duke... He juked it there to port out, but unfortunately, Hanny just gave chase and knocked it off with the mini stun from Void. And again, that bottle being picked up and shuttled back. As, oh, moments later, that could have been caught out. Pinoy managed to leap back there. Juggernaut's here as well. Looks like Hanny will actually back up. Chaos Knight has picked up his treads there. Has actually, you see him sitting on agility. means he's bottling up, and he'll switch it back to strength or intelligence in a moment.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And he has picked up his Gloves of Haste, likely to be building parts of his armlet now. Now the push on the bottom tower by the Radiant team. Trixie's going to Firefly his way through that. Hanny also showing up to beat that down. They do pop the Glyph. Will we see any defenses being mustered here? Looks like they're just going to sack this bottom tower. In fact, they pop the Glyph for nothing.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
No counter push just yet. The counter's not rolling around in mid at the moment. Now Pinoy headed bottom to try and hold off this push. You know, Mini just going to farm this creep wave here. Wow, big pull there, big stack of creep. We'll be farming that up fairly quickly. Now we've got Mirana in some trouble there, getting hit by the sticky napalm. Trixie going to back off though.
Dire's middle
Now
tower.
push the pressure on mid here by Fnatic. They're going to keep up the pressure with this Chaos Knight, Lina and Disruptors. Going to keep knocking on towers, keep making sure Pulse are running over the map, trying to deal with them more than anything else. So Pulse are going to mount a counterattack on the top tower there. As it looks like Balnar also headed up to the top tower as well. Can he actually pick up anybody? I'm not dead sure there. Wagamon kind of low mana though. They've got the port in there. They're going to try and pick up Wagamon. There's the Silence to slow as well. Ice Path, Reality Rift there. Gets caught out. A Chaos Bolt. 2 seconds done. They should be able to get Wagga. They do. They could even go for another one. Flame Break not hitting anything though. Mini now trying to get away. There's a slow there on Mini. Going to get hit there by the lasso. Going to get pinned down as well. Ice Path gets thrown in. Mini now still getting away though. Here comes a third stack of sticky napalm as well. Into the Firefly once again. And they get a triple kill there. It looks like Jakiro gets picked off the boot. Great play there from Fnatic. Great timing as well with that port in. And Pulse, they thought they were okay in the top lane. They were not. 3v3, they got beaten down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See Juggernaut also possibly about to cop a bit of flack as well. There's the slow kinetic field ball. Ult again from the Disruptor. He's going to try and teleport out. Can he get away? Just barely escaping there to the fountain. Meanwhile, Lina, as well as Arrow, they keep you under pressure top lane. They take that top tower.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This makes the mid lane much easier to gank because they can, of course, swing around from the top now as well. Also, of course, the fact it makes that lane a lot harder to farm as well, so not have to worry too much about the Juggernaut trying to free farm up there. He's got to constantly watch his back. You see Mirana gets picked up in the bottom lane. This, wow. I know I said that I did not like the Night Stalker, but here we go. Hanny's actually making it work, and this time around, I think it's just an issue of the fact that he's actually getting the kills. The last several Night Stalkers we've seen, they've failed to get kills during the early phase. That's really gimped them towards the late game, but Hanny now, 5 kills, 5 assists. He's doing very well for his first night indeed. Definitely, the first night for Balnar this time around really worked out, as it looks like, is he actually visible there? Not quite, just dancing out of vision range there during the night there. Balnar now moving in, they're going to take the solo mid, they're going to take the solo mid tower as well. There we go, first tier tower gone as well. It's going to make the mid lane also very hard to farm. And because they've got this Night Stalker, they've taken these 3 outer towers. This is fairly important. They've got Night Stalker. Come the next night, or even during the next daylight, considering Night Stalker is almost level 11. All these heroes are going to be so wary about farming. There's Batrider and this Night Stalker. It's ready to jump them at any moment. Batrider as well, still working towards his Blink Dagger. Should have it fairly soon. The Void, the slow there on the Fishbone, the Silence. Well, Fishbone going to get caught out by the wall as well. Reality Rift not paying off there. There we go. They pick him off in the end.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Counter push does to him there from Juggernaut. Immediately hits his spin and then teleports out, trying to guard himself with that magic immunity. And we have Wagamama in the mid there. Has picked up his arcane boost, but it's a little bit too little too late at this point in time. That said though, the team fight potential there from the Dire at the moment is much higher, of course. If they can use some tricky moves there from Mirana, of course their ultimate can allow them getting close. Or to position quite nicely. Get the Darkseer in for the perfect vacuum if at all possible. Meanwhile, the Dire side, they're rolling up through their own jungle here. 4 men. Looks like they might just try and pick off the heroes on top. Let me have a look at the gold chart. 5k lead here for the Radiants at the moment. But they're definitely doing a lot stronger. 4k experience lead as well. Unfortunately, this Firefly will spot things up at the right moment. That flying vision giving away the game.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Juggernaut again trying to push this tower. There's a missed chance though from Crippling Fear. Gets hit by Laguna Blade. Tries to spin his way free. Not going to happen though. The tower will get denied there by the Chaos Knight. But has actually managed to pick up his armlet at the moment. Still on the top line as well. Pinoy in some trouble. They throw him down. They managed to pick off the Bat Rider at the very least. Macro Pyre also being used in the middle of that. Night Stalker though still with fairly cheap items. They're 2k in the bank roughly.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See Mini now in the top lane. They're still farming. That man's left to his own device at the moment. Ice Path through. Chikira just farming the jungle as well. Fly now. 700 gold. Looks like he's got his arcane boots as well. I think we're probably going to see Fnatic fairly defensively here. Just wait for the next night to tick over. They don't want to spam it too much, or they don't want to spam darkness too much, or during the daytime, or it will extend the time needed to see the next nighttime, the next full duration nighttime. We got 4 seconds done there. Chaos Bolt, Phantasm as well with the armlet turned on. Can they run him down? Yes, they can. A final crit there. Chaos Knight getting a bit of a nice break there, but it looks like Lena now. Still farming the jungle as well, and it looks like Fnatic, they're happy to be fairly defensive. You know what, we've got a decent lead here. Let's just make sure we get our early items on these heroes. See, drums being worked on by Chaos Knight. Still should have that fairly surely. In fact, has enough for it just about now. See a smoke gank there from the Radiant side. Can we set up a kill here? Brewmaster again, possibly vulnerable, but I think they're going to swing through the jungle to try and pick off the Darkseer and make sure he's not farming. Or not, they are just going to push him from mid. There's a glimpse, so they're going to drag Brewmaster back. There's a silence. Well, he can't pop his ult. Baron and then jump in. Light Strike away on Laguna Blade on the Brewmaster. Well, they want to make sure he can't ult, and there will be no spirits in this fight. Trixie now coming back down to earth. Chaos Knight though, headed back to the bottom line there. 300 gold the bank. Not a whole lot at the moment. Probably looking for a BKB next, possibly. We'll see. Night Stalker has also gone for his own armlet here. So they've gone for lots of early damage indeed. Now we've got Juggernaut possibly trying to get his Battle Fury now. Telling the mid they might try to set up a gank here with the glimpse. Can they get it? There's the Bat Rider. Blinks in, gets a nuke down, sticking 8 bar as well. There's the glimpse, going to drop him back inside. Line Strike away as well. The Ice Path will do nothing. They should be able to pick him off here. Yes, they do. They get Fishbone there on his Shakira and pick him off the fight easily. Darkseer now with plenty of early regen. Did pick up the Ring of Health. I think it was mostly for the laning phase. Has also, rather, for the early game phase. Has also got the Tranquil Boots, as well as the fact he's building a mech as well. Plenty of regen there. Yeah, glimpse back there. A long range glimpse. And Wagamama gets caught out yet again. An easy kill for Chaos Knight. And Pulse is just all over the show here. It's getting caught out all the time. We may see a disruptive ban next game if this goes to a third.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And now making quick work of the Fnatic tier 2 bottom tower. Meanwhile, it looks like Fishbone wandering around on his own. This is a fairly dangerous job for the support to be doing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Wicked sick.
So they pick up Juggernaut yet again, gets jumped there by the Chaos Knight. Barrett also back up, and there's a glimpse there on Fishbone as well. They're going to catch him out in a second. They Reality Rift back again, and that is an easy kill. And it's just this distance that's disrupting them. Disruption as well as the Reality Rift. Just too much distance, and unfortunately, some of these heroes are kind of short range. You've got melee, 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 3 melee heroes, and Jakiro's kind of short range. They're really vulnerable to this stuff. It's so easy to disrupt someone back, and Lena's just giving them the Laguna Blade every single time, picking off those key heroes. I've got to say, Fnatic are doing a very good job of isolating, targeting, and focus firing the right targets. Disruptor now sweeping in from behind, just looking for anything you can see.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 2 should be fairly easy to drop at the moment. Meanwhile, it looks like Pulse is just deciding to back off here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Just sacking that mid tower. So you know what? We don't want to force these fights. It's already 20-5. They're struggling to win these fights. And there we go. Balinar's second night. Now he had a great first night. His first day, his second day also wasn't that horrid either. He's picked up an armlet, and now he's ready to cause some hell. See Hanny there. Oh, no, the blink in. There's the Barrow with the last two as well. Going to drag back the Juggernaut. Juggernaut has Omni Slash out. Might even see him go for it. No, he decides not to pop it. Just gets taken out. The Laguna Blade in the face. In all fairness, Omni Slash probably wouldn't have killed anybody. No sense wasting a high cooldown ult. Might as well save it for a potential team fight when he revives in 30 seconds.
Tower is under attack.
Damage room down bottom, no tower now. Ice Buds for used to farm as they get the godlike there. What is Darkseid doing all the way down here? Gets caught out completely. Meanwhile, possible gank up here. There we go. Chaos Knight going to pick off Jakiro once again. An easy kill for Chaos Knight. He's just tearing them apart. Unfortunately, I think Pulse are a little bit lost at the moment. They don't know where they're going. Don't know where they should be. And I think at this point in time, they're really they should be afraid to go anywhere on the map. It's so easy to pick them off. As Doongi asks, where is Hanny? JK is in fact Hanny, I believe. The Night Stalker there, and they're going to pick up a Roshan kill there as well. There we go, mass stuns there, and I think we've probably got a GG incoming fairly soon as well. Hasn't been called yet. Pulse is still confident though, they've got a chance. That said, Juggernaut has practically no money. I'm just wondering if he's trying to turn that into a blade mail possibly. I would much prefer to see a battle through, but it may just go, you know what, screw it, I'm building a blade mail. And then we got Blink in on Trixie, that water, the high ground spot, Laguna Blade as well. Retian, oh no, a beyond godlike there for Hanny. Juggernaut, an easy pick off for them once again. Now they're going to charge in here. No-Tail is actually picked up. Don't see the Medallion of Courage all that often, but it's actually a pretty damn good item. Provides a lot of extra early DPS for your heroes who are based on auto attack there. And there we go. Night Stalker, in fact, not even bothering with his armor at the moment. Same for Arrow. They're going to keep it turned off until they break ready to fight. Speaking here, here we go. They're diving in Fishbone. Reality Rift, the stun as well. Flame Break tossed in, not even needed there. Oh, she doesn't manage to hit. He managed to get away. Reality Rift back. No, he's not. Arrow now stuck under the tower. Arrow going to miss. Do they get the tower? No, they don't. There's an Omni Slash there. No-Tail now in some trouble. No-Tail gets cleaned up. The counter-attackers come out strong. They've picked up the Juggernaut as well as the Twin-Headed Dragon though. Trixie now backing up. A buyback there from Disruptor. Mini now getting beaten on there by Hanny. Hanny now causing some trouble. We're going to have the Aegis pop now. Chaos Knight is back. Again, 3 heroes down here for Pulse. They don't quite have
you're hot.
the health regen to stay in these fights. They don't have the mech. Nice path in, gonna catch Arrow. Arrow's kind of okay with that. Meanwhile, there we see Flame Elastic there. Laguna Blade there, gonna try and pick off Mirana. Of course, she can do anything. Macro Pilot, because you're loaded. Light Strike away there on Mirana. Stuck inside her base. Gets beaten down there, locked down by stuns and taken out. Meanwhile, Dice Barracks getting it chewed up here. See Hanny now backing up. Ice Path gonna miss.
Fear quiets magic.
Nice took a charge in there for a second. He's trying to pick somebody off. I don't think he can manage that. Maybe if you've gone for Fishbone, maybe. Here and Arrow just scanning out the hard camp there to see what's there. As we see the surge in there from from the Juggernaut. He's trying to run down Night Stalker. Night Stalker should be able to get away. Do we have an Omni Slash up? No, we don't. Spinning through there on the Juggernaut, trying to disengage there. It's backing up once again. They still haven't got this Rax though, the all-important Rax. I think the next team fight though they're likely to take, especially to get some pickoffs once again. Pulse now, too shy on cash to afford buybacks really. See the patience there from No Talent Era, getting ready to set up another fight. Either with his Yules, I think he's mostly just to set up the light strike arrays more reliably. No Tail getting ready, they're moving in now, they're going to set up a fight I think in just a second, although maybe not now. I'm going to wait for this to push down a little bit and then they'll gun for it. They're throwing in a ward as well to get some vision over the trees. That off, of course, the gem there. There's disruption. Can they go? There are the glimpse. Welcome over though. We'll get away. There's surge amount of trouble before the Chaos Knight can get stuck in on him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And there we go. Arrow now chewing away on this group wave once again. Here we go. The charge in on mid is incoming. I mean, he's still with a level 1 wall at the moment. So the Radiant a little reluctant to go in at the moment. Pulse is going to farm inside their base because that's all they can do right now. They have no map control. They cannot step outside their base. Every time they do, they get picked off and just start beating more kills, more experience. In fact, let's look at the gold chart now. Yeah, there we go. 10k plus there in gold for Fnatic at the moment. 15k plus experience lead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And there we go, they're charging in there, although they don't get, they all get hit by the ice bar, they're vacuum in, Macro Pyro as well, this might actually force them back. No Tail trying to get back out there. A spin in from the jungle, great initiation there, counter initiation there by Minions. We see the Grimmer Blade is going to hit Mirana there. Jim gets dropped there. Lena going to recover that. Blink in, a stun there. Oh, run Thunderclap there from the Brewmaster. Brewmaster though, been caught out by the kinetic field. An arrow going to go out. Cannot find anything. Doesn't look like it. Look at Channy, just not even care, dives under the towers, takes him out, dives inside the enemy line, but now he's taking a lot of damage down, but they're focusing him there. As you're going to see him get cleaned up, most likely, yes he will.
Is the grave.
No Tail backing up, trying to make his point out as well. We can see Mirana picked off.
Victory is the goal, not glorious battles.
And a glimpse back there on Fishbone. Great glimpse here. Here comes a Chaos Bot, a Reality Rift as well. A couple of hits there, and Fishbone is the next one to drop.
And corruption take your corpse.
Juggernaut has not been able to buy an item for so long. This must be frustrating as all hell. Till now, going to go back to base and heal up. Let's say Fly could be in some trouble as well if she's not careful.
Invisibility!
If Chaos Knight finds himself an armlet, this is definitely not good news. In fact, he might even just, in a second, he's probably going to charge in here once Batrider shows up. He's just going to scout at the jungle, look for somebody who might be farming. Well, you know what, Era might decide, you know what, I don't need Batrider, I'm just going to charge up here and say, come and fight me, because I've got a heart, I've got so much health. Nearly 3,000.
Thank you.
Mirana though, still farming away, and she's going for a Lincoln Sphere, I think. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. They're already so far behind, they need some damage in there. Maybe the Mantle would have been a better choice at this point in time. That said, not a lot's going to save him anyway. Chaos Knight's just going to lead the way once again. He's going to try and get the other team to focus on him, then use his heart to his advantage. Just go, you know what, I can tank that damage. It's the Ice Path going to kid him there. Still everybody's reluctant charging. Now he's going to use his illusion. He's going to try and take out this barrack there. Now they're going to have to commit and do something. Marana now ulting up. Smarking up there from the Radiant side. Marana also ulting up there. Darcy now causing some damage there to the illusions. Macro Pie gets trying to spin in for Juggernaut. Can they get a kill? The ult up from the Brewmaster. They need to try and lock down something serious. They're getting an arrow. They managed to drop him down inside the ultimate there. Along with the Macro Pie to boot. And now we've got the Flaming Panda chasing after them. Not a bad hold there for... it was a good hold for Lua. Unfortunately, they still lost their melee racks. It's getting on a lot worse though. There we go, Night Stalker charging. There's the Omni Slash. They get back in together. Spin there from Juggernaut. No Talon, easy kill as well. Lena also getting picked up, and now the counter attack from the Radiant side. It's not looking good for them at all, though. No, actually, no, they're going to have to back up now. Night Stalker has been spotted up. They need to drop a disable on him. Night Stalker will manage to back off in the end there. Mini charging forwards. Doesn't find anything though. Still working on his pipe then. Meanwhile, Night Stalker, what's he up to? Night Stalker has also picked up a heart. That is definitely not good news. The fact that they've got to try and get rid of those. These two heroes are just going to charge her in the fight. It's caused so much trouble. Juggernaut still working on whatever he's turning the... He just cannot get his cash up. He's also going to stay for buybacks now as well, so in some trouble. Arrow goes in, not going to find Night Stalker. The Night Stalker trying to back up there. His ult is down for 88 seconds. Said his heart's going to keep him healed up in a second. He's not even going to need to drop back to base. Meanwhile, Juggernaut trying to farm the Ancient Hymn, not going as well as he'd like. Fishbone also backing up. They throw up some counter wards just to watch their jungle, just trying to create space for the farm. In fact, they're throwing up wards over here as well, just really looking for all the old hiding spots that Fnatic are likely to try and use. This looks like, more importantly though, they're waiting for the Roshan before they try and jump in for another big fight. Aaron now looks like he's building a BKB as well, has picked up an Ogre Club. Going to chew up this time. Well, it's a pretty easy Roshan kill for them. Nobody's contesting here. Nice and easy. Impulse, unfortunately. I just feel like the only thing they could have done... I think the problem here is just the fact they managed to lose their lanes fairly convincingly. It's Gabe. It's one of those things. Night Stalker, he's a big hit or miss hero. Either he has a really good first night or he doesn't. As it was, he had a fantastic first night. They never really got control of it. And I feel like Pinoy might have been... Yeah, I mean, this kind of stuff really can't happen all that often. I think this kind of stuff, the overextending stuff, has been happening way too frequently. Glimpse back there. Marana is definitely going to die. Or not. Maybe she's going to pour it out in time. Batrunner can see her though. Doesn't get the kill. Oh, I called that one wrong indeed. Marana just managing to teleport back to base. Juggernaut's brought something up. It looks like yes. Okay, he's definitely going for Battle Fury. And there we go. He's finished up. There's a Claymore. He's got his Perseverance. And finally, at 33 minutes, Juggernaut has his Battle Fury finished. Yes, there it is. It's not been the best of starts for him at all. Meanwhile, Mini charging up here. Batrunner not getting chased. Mini, though, just farming as far down as he could. Fnatic are probably gearing up for another push here. They don't want to wait too long. If they wait too long, it's going to just buy unnecessary time for Marana to get fat. So you can see it has picked up a Crystallis there as well. Chaos Knight now just fell away. It looks like that both teams still fairly standoffish. Pulse now going to take the opportunity, get a bit of breathing room, get this farm rolling. We see Morgan I'm just going to stack and farm up that camp. Meanwhile, though, it looks like Fnatic are interested in this tier 2 tower here. They might even transition to... They might even switch and push top one in a second as well.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Easy tower kill there for them. Now they'll push in on mid though. Unfortunately, Pulse I think might be going a little bit too deep here. May need to be quite wary about this. You see Fishbone has rotated back to the bottom lane to defend this against the creep wave as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
To the swift, the
Both
spoils.
of them just going to back up there. Trixie unable to get in close enough to get that flash through. Even the blink down, does he? Blinks in. Doesn't find anything though. Darkshaw's already retreated further away. Right, getting picked up on the bottom lane. Not much you can do about that at all. Two guys with the fastest jump here. Lina has picked up the Yules at the moment. Is going to be running around in circles as well. There we go, Pulse. They're getting ready for pushing the bottom tower. It's not coming though. They're just going to let the mid lane push by itself. Of course, they have the Mega Melee, the super creeps there, as it looks like. Push on top though. Again, Juggernaut is pushing by himself. It may end up regretting this. The gank is coming in from the rear now. There we go. He's realised trouble is coming. Ducking back in the trees and teleporting out. Ice Path once again. They don't find any heroes though. There aren't none here at the moment. In fact, they're all back down the bottom, all up top. Fly. I'm just waiting to see him build a Monkey King bar or something crazy once again. It's definitely gonna, like, this is what Pulse is doing at the moment is okay, but at the same time, this is at best a stopgap solution.
Regeneration!
The issue being is, of course, if you're bottled up as a group and you are pushing, then you are, of course, not getting as much farm as the enemy team who split up farming lots of different camps all at once. And I think this could be an issue for the Dire side.
A barrel of laughs!
So here, Brewmaster actually threw out his ultimate for a second there, or not? Okay, never mind. Aaron now just going to take this tower fairly easily as well.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
There we go, they're going to charge. It looks like they're going to make their move finally on Arax, or are they? We'll see. In fact, the Aegis is about to disappear again, I think. It's almost 6 minutes. Dark's just surging through the enemy jungle, just going to keep trying to farm this as well. Teleport out there, they're getting ready to defend mid, defend top as well. Pinoy now in some trouble here, could be about to get picked off. We've got Disruptor moving up. Batrider also sitting in the jungle as well, could quite easily pick off Runner, but there we go. She gets a couple of assists and immediately teleports out. Ice Path in as well. I'm just going to say it's down to Fnatic to make the move here. They're a little bit worried though. They want to make sure this works perfectly, because if they mess things up, they are going to walk away with a loss overall. They do need to make this match work, or we will not see a third game here. It's blink forward there by Trixie. Trixie now looking for a target. Possibly, I think they're going to look for a target in the enemy jungle. They might sweep up through here. See where Trixie goes. Or not, he might just go into his own jungle and farm for a bit. See, Night Circle has finished up his BK. I think it might possibly, no, Power Science also finished his as well. So right now they apparently just don't want to push. I think they're probably just, I think at the moment they're hoping to get a gank and then push. But again, I'm a little bit worried they're buying too much time from Run to catch up on a farm. That said, she doesn't really have as much. Just going to pick up the edge as well to leap here on the map, trying to cause again as much farm as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Disruptor and Chaos are working together again. Lina also here as well. Check the gold graphs currently. It's pretty much the same as last time. Still 10k lead there. 10k rough lead and gold lead there for the rated side, and a 15k experience lead as well for the Dire side on top of that. Let's check the net worths as well. 17k there for both the Juggernaut, for both the Chaos Knight as well as the Night Stalker. Unfortunately, Juggernaut sitting on all of 12,000, so he's definitely somewhat behind. Smoke and surge there from Darkseer. See the night time though, it looks like they're about to get counter ganked. In fact, Darkseer keeps pushing in. Akira immediately backs up there, and Darkseer also ports out, very wary about pushing in at night time. That's not what I said, Thomas. I said that they run the risk of Mirana getting enough critical mass where she can start causing some serious damage. At the moment, Pulse are definitely out-farming the crap out of Fnatic are out-farming the crap out of Pulse, just because they're tapping way more of the map. And Pulse, for the most part, have been fairly scared to use the jungle for the last several minutes because, of course, people jumping out and ganking them. Here we go, push on bottom, although actually, or not, Fnatic, they're breaking off once again. Brewmaster though, here we go, he might be the next target here. They might just push it on mid instead and try and sweep. We'll see in a second. No, they are going to back up. It looks like they're worried about their bottom lane being threatened.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Creep causing some trouble. Jakiro going back to defend meanwhile. Looks like Chaos Knight back in his own jungle as well, along with the Batrun is farming up once again. Lina as well charging about. Both teams, well, Pulse don't really have a choice here. They have to play passive. They have to just buckle down and farm. On the other hand, Fnatic, they have plenty of opportunity to try and push, try and gank, try and end this match, but they are playing so cautiously because they're so afraid. If they lose this one, of course, they do lose the best of 3 series, so it looks like they are going to charge up to high. Oh, can they get Mini? Mini though, going to try and teleport. No, jumps back. It looks like you can see him here. Mini in some serious trouble. Well, no, apparently they didn't see him. Mini does manage to escape. Disruptor actually going to catch him out there. Oh, Mini should have ported when he had the chance. Going to be caught out now. And it looks like he's going to get taken out. No chance to pop his teleport scroll at all. It's blocked in those fireflies there. Now we've got the push on top lane. Mirana now just pushing quietly by herself, hoping she can sneak some stuff in.
Radiant's top tower is under
Sneak
attack.
some damage in. Meanwhile, it looks like Era going to head back to mid no-tail as well, looking for another gank here on top of that.
Radiant's middle tower
And
is
back in the
under
bottom lane
attack.
as well, but she just hasn't quite got that bump. Don't know if she wants to. Oh, yes, she does. She's got her Daedalus now as well. Okay, then. So Mirana actually has some damage now. She's going to be fairly scary. As long as she can avoid being target fired in fights, she should be okay. Batrider though. My vision doesn't see Mirana. Mirana though still farming away. As well. Still, he's picked up a gem, which is going to be nice for counter water. That's about it. There we go. Pink is finally pinging. Let's rack his bottom tower. Feel like they're ready at long last.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Good pop there. Reality Rip goes in. Stun goes in from Mirana. They do a lot of damage there. I think it might have actually, yes, it did hit. Well, nice. So nice. They're going to toe down Mirana now, trying to back up the Yules there on the Chaos Knight. I think it's fake though. And they're going to charge in there, going to try and bring down Drow. Can they get Drow? Drow will get picked off there. Not Drow, what am I saying? Lena actually getting picked off. I got it mixed up for a second. I'm not dead sure why, but it looks like they're going to keep charging in there. Oh no, Wagamama about to get caught out. No, the Ice Path goes in there to save Wagamama. Gets a stun in there on Era just in time, as now they're going to charge in there as well. And Mini now into trouble. He is getting caught out. 4 seconds done there from Chaos Knight. Era now 4 though. Era does get picked up. Doesn't matter though. He's got the AC back for a second. Wagamama cancels Thunderclap, throws down a Thunderclap on nothing. And now we've got Era back in. Reality rips him back and takes him out, as it looks like Hanny also backing up now. As Juggernaut going to try and spin out, but this is looking like pretty much GG. Reality Rift there as well. 2 seconds stun on Rishon. And a low Kuda play to finish the Juggernaut. Oh, picks him off. Nice and easy. A blink out, nice blink out there from Wagga, but it's just a fighting retreat at the moment. There's nothing they can do here. Pulse to hold. They've lost their second racks. Well, not quite. Well, they were about to lose the second rack, rather. 40 seconds on 2 heroes down. A minute on their carry Juggernaut. There's no real way for them to hold this off, especially with Brewmaster's holders down. Blinks in, throws down the gun. In fact, the best thing he's doing here to hold this off is actually just distracting them. Unfortunately, this is something you can, like, this is something you'll see in a pub sometimes. Like people, when they can clearly win, but they start chasing heroes around. They cannot suppress your ADHD and start chasing heroes around, trying to get kills this area, overextend, get killed eventually, and don't actually beat down the racks. In this case, of course, Fnatic had such a lead, it didn't really matter, and of course, they took out the racks very easily. And in fact, they could probably sweep and end this right now. Their Night Stalkers tearing apart this, tearing this apart very, very easily. Here we go, Rowdy Rip once again, Mini now trying to run away. Flame Break will knock him further ahead. But anyway, the tower's getting knocked out once again. Is there an illusion of wall illusion just beating on Era? Era doesn't even care.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
See Dread Fly also picking up his BKB. There we go, the silence there on Mini Mindo surged up. Here comes Rishon once again. They're going to try and fight this last fight apparently. And there we go. Oh, nice Yules there, cancelling that. Omni Slash, just the Ice Path go. Once again, BKB though being popped by Hanny. Hanny backing up. Going to throw down a stun, not going to hit though, as Rishon will back up. So it looks like they didn't quite manage to finish it. Throne is still up, and it looks like Pulse are going to play to the very bitter end. Caster is on drugs. Sometimes indeed. Hanny now. Oh, he's picked up. You know what? He's got a sacred. Are we going to get to see? Are we going to get to see a rapier here? I would love to see a rapier. You know, why not? Seeing as if they're going to farm this long, if they're not going to drag this game out farm this long, they may as well get a rapier somewhere. See Chaos Knight getting crits while he crits with the Crystallis there. Of course, the Chaos Strike, not the best of critical chances. Or 1 in 10 there. So it doesn't hurt for some redundancies at all. Come on, Hanny, let's see a rapier just for lols. Arrow gonna go out, not gonna hit anything though. Nope, Night Stalker just gonna sit on that Sacred Relic, just gonna sit on it for pure damage at the moment. Now gonna charge in there. Goes for the silence. Omran doesn't quite manage to get it though. Oh, the drag back there as it looks like gonna try and pick off Pulse. Pulse getting caught out. The ult there from Disruptor, fairly annoying for her, as it looks like the BKB getting popped there by Era. Era now charging forwards. Gonna break down Rug, gonna get rid of Rishon as well. Oh no, actually no, Rishon gonna back off there. They do get Fishbone. Fishbone gets kicked fairly early. Mini gets also gets taken out there. Lena now, do they have a Gunner Blade? I don't know, they've already used it. And the Wind Panda, the only one left standing, recombines over there. And there's a GG. Look at that damage there on Wagamama. Missed chance, not gonna be enough to save him there. But yeah, the GG was called, and Pulse unfortunately just... It looked like they had some kind of early teamfight push line they wanted to go to, but they just kept getting picked up. Like, the thing is, they needed some early items to it. The Brewmaster needed stuff like the Blink Dagger. They wanted to get Juggernaut a bit of farm. You saw how long Juggernaut, a 33-minute Battle Fury. They just kept getting picked off time and time again by Fnatic. Their ganking was extremely good. And in the end, well, Fnatic, they tie this one up 1-1, and we will go to a third game. So stay tuned, guys. Game number 3 coming up in about 5 minutes, so stay tuned. The decider will be played fairly shortly. Hopefully we'll have a closer match this time.